Hey Emma, what's a skeleton's favorite instrument? The trombone! 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 We don't have any lungs, you dope! It's bongos, Emma! Bongos! Christ. And Emma just looks sad. He's just playing the bongos. Emma went for the pine. It's the trombone. But, trombone! Trombone! We don't have any lungs, you dope! It's bongos, Emma! Bongos! Christ.
Oh,
Yep.
There it is. Though, because being a petty bitch. Come on, have Thunder Wave naturally.
Or Nuzzle.
Close enough.
Nuzzle. Well, first throw the Quick Ball, which has high odds of just working anyway.
Yes.
On. Explain Pokemon mechanics again. Explain. Quick Ball on the first turn just has incredibly high odds of catching, so this might. But it might work. You can't Leech Seed Grass types, and Nuzzle does beans for damage, but it's a
Well, it's also 4 times resisted. It's 4 times resisted. This thing is EV trained, and I believe it's timid in nature, so, like. And because it's the low-key form, this is a form which, special. Actually, the forms don't change its stats, they only change its moves, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But then back to Ogerpon, because now because of how high its health is, because of the 4 times resist, the Horn Leech should probably do around maybe half. Or so. And can't be Leech Seeded.
Oh, sad baby. So sad. Yep.
Yeah, that means the crit did matter, because they didn't even drop it to half.
Oh.
Bullshit. Ha. So, that's a 4 times resist, but it's stab. Which would be a single resist, but it's non-stab. Which one would be weaker? I think that this, because it's 4 times resist, even has the stab.
That's in good range. Paralysis adds a tiny bit to a catch rate, so
Yes.
this should be fine. Probably going to catch.
If not, I'm pulling that Among Us out of a storage and going to catch something else with Spore. Because always remember, because this it tends to remain true even in the modern games. If you want to catch something, either put them in the freezer or pump them full of NyQuil.
Sleep has the highest catch rate.
Sleep and Freeze have the highest. I believe they were both the
I
same.
think they're the same now.
But
yes.
there's no good just freezing move, so Sleep it is.
You don't
Especially
have to...
when you have this Fung guy over here.
Yeah.
Ah?
Don't have to...
Ah? Oh, actually, this naturally has Spore because level up shit.
Just...
And range powder. Okay.
It's everyone's favorite Among Us.
Now, I know it's because was those being trans for the game because Pokémon have to know moves. It literally forced the shit in their learn set, and because like all of that shit was level 100 or close to level 100, Among Us learns Spore. Isn't it like level 70 something?
I don't remember.
I think it learned it very late. But I do like, having that Among Us because it is an event Among Us at the same time. Because of it being an event, can't nickname it, so I can't name it, like Sus or whatever. Because that's the dumb joke everyone makes ever.
Found a palm tree.
Because it's Among Us.
Oh, well, Executor.
Everyone will name it like Sus or Imposter.
My shiny one's name is Purple Haze.
Well, like I said, that Korean one. It's that event.
I know.
Because in Sword and Shield, there was
It was based on a guy who was in a tournament.
Yes.
But I have a shiny Amoonguss named Purple Haze. Oh, yeah, and the other thing that connects Lacey to Clay is in rematches against Lacey, her personal ace in the rematches is a Fairy Terrestrial Excadrill.
Well, I was going to say, when you bring up the Clay thing, I didn't think about this. The first fight against her, she throws out the Excadrill.
Yeah.
It's plus on mine and then an Excadrill.
Yeah. She keeps
bringing Excadrill.
Why does Blitzle have a thick dumpy? It is like, oh, butt cheeks.
Everyone's thick now.
Extra thick.
Yes.
Aw, cool.
Yeah, it is like
Yes.
everything. Yeah, looking over it, I think, unless completely wrong, I think that is every natural, non-Herba Mystica
Back to the
item for those. So
back to at least some stuff before enemy. Shorter recording, but it's the nature of these things.
that was the going back out part, isn't it?
What?
What do you have to? Oh wait, no. Now it's the going to the center. Except a little, I already went there. And then all for hoarding, I can just go around and get the TMs and make everyone the swollest boys. Even though, again, the funny thing is, a decent amount of moves, a few of them would learn, they actually just learned via learn set. So, again, like, I find it so funny how one of the most common Urshifu sets you literally don't need TMs for.
Yes.
But I wanted to use Ice Spinner.
It's the only reason to run the Urshifu, and it's the one niche for the water one for some variety is you can Ice Spinner, which means you can shatter terrain.
It's also just, good ice coverage because it's stronger than Ice Punch. And I find it hilarious how only the water one gets that move, and I'm so confused by that because I'm pretty sure they can both learn Ice Punch. If you wanted to look at it and go, oh, only the water one can get Ice Punch. No, I believe they both can. So why is it the only one?
Dark Urshifu doesn't spin. To get Ice Spinner, you need to be able to spin.
Is it because we're working off the idea that it's supposed to be like a hurricane kick? Like, is that what we're doing here?
Ah, this is a massacre. Time to shift into overdrive!
Also, intimidates me. Using that for later. Intimidates me nothing for me, fool.
If you crit. Oh god! Setting up his Beak Blast! Crit! Ignore stat drops.
Yes. And
Surging Strike's always crits.
and it always crits. And now, yeah.
And because that was a special attack, Beak Blast didn't get to do what Beak Blast does.
Where it burns you if you make physical contact. Because it's heating up its beak before it fires.
Yes. All the attack drops.
But again, I'm going to swap to Ogerpon to see if she says something, about that. Ah, damn it, you got fighting. But again, attack drops mean nothing. Nothing to me! Oh, hey, Ogerpon! Ah, you must have really missed me. Ah, they both react. Neat. That's what I wanted to see, because I saw people talking about the Kieran reacting, so I was like, I wonder if she reacts as well.
It makes sense. They both saw Ogerpon, who is a precious cinnamon roll that must be protected. One, a two, a three. How many legs does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
In the world.
May never know.
Wait, I can do the double funny.
Ivy Cudgel should.
Oh, I know Ivy Cudgel will kill it. It's just well, actually because of that fire reducing variant might not. Did it crit? Nope. It's just that bullshit.
And because you won, nothing bad happened. I couldn't make my stupid fun.
What?
I was kind of hoping. I mean, I could save this, but the RNG needed of facing a Sinister and having like Matcha Kacha go off and burn a like physical attack, or I was gonna crack a joke. I guess you could say the Matcha Gacha. Because it's a training move, but it's spread damage and it burns.
And that's why I swapped to the Goodra, because it has Sap Sipper, and that makes it immune to all grass moves, so it would be immune to Stun Spore and Matcha Gacha.
That move's kind of cracked. I do wish it was perfect accuracy, though.
That would be bullshit.
Would it, though?
That would make that a fucking ROM hack move, and it's already a goddamn ROM hack move. Because it is a spread move that heals and has a chance to burn. And because it is a spread move that heals, that means it heals 50% of the damage dealt to both targets, meaning it's, I think, healing more than other healing moves.
Depending on the damage.
What was its power?
It's like 80.
And it takes like 25% off of the moves. I think it's around like 65 or 70 power, because it's like a 25.
Pretty sure it's an 80 power move.
So then, because when it hits spread, to be fair, it is like
you're reducing a little bit, but like people.
Because I think due to it reducing, it would be weaker than Giga Drain.
But the problem that people bring up with that move is more about like it's just so many things can happen, and draining 2 targets is still stupid.
Yes.
Why I gave T-Vol the wide lens.
Even though it can still miss.
Okay, we both know that's just an unfortunate thing due to kind of lazy programming.
And this is why I'm still unsure would my idea for the accuracy orb be broken or not. I feel like no, but then I sit there and think about Sheer Force Nidoking was like 100 accuracy, like Blizzard, Thunder, and Fire Blast is maybe something that doesn't need to exist.
Yeah, no.
Though I don't know if it would be 100 because would be a 30% boost if it was going to work that way because of the way shit rounds. I think because Thunder and stuff is 70 was 30%. I believe.
If it's the same rounding that causes 100 accuracy moves with a wide lens to technically be like 98, then it'd be the same fucking problem because Machigacha, if you're running a wide lens, this works for other 90 moves.
But it's also because, you know, the 10, like the wide lens and stuff is 10, whereas this would be 30, so it's a much higher number. So even if something has a chance to miss, it's probably going to, unless you're really boosting something with super shitty accuracy like Zap Cannon or whatever, it should probably only be like a 0.1 or like 2% chance to miss. Meaning
Machigacha is a 90% move, and the wide lens is 10%. You lose like 2 percentage points. So an accuracy orb, if it was 30, would probably be more like a 28% accuracy.
Yes.
So that would mean you'd have so much extra accuracy. Machigacha would become 100.
Yeah, so like 90 and I think 80 would become 100 at that point. It would be the
70 would be missing the 2.
Yeah.
But 70 to 98 still pretty good.
Especially because if it, like, this thing fully worked like the life
Though
orb.
that one time you need to land that Fire Blast.
Though, because the other thing, if this literally was, it is exactly like the life orb, but it is accuracy instead of power, meaning you even have recoil. That means if you're boosting the power of inaccurate moves, like with, you know, Sheer Force, Nidoking, you are still, like, you're getting a power boost out of this shit from Sheer Force. And you're not getting the recoil, and it's like one of those, is this idea broken? Because the funny thing is, I think the safer versions was a life orb, because it's a life orb and sheer force technically are more power, and then more accuracy at that point.
Yes.
So I guess it wouldn't be that broken, because standard life orb is technically more.
Life Orb is 30%.
Especially...
The Life Orb is 30%.
Mm.
And Sheer Force is 30. 30 and 30 together is a collective 60.
But remember, because of the shit rounding down, I think it is actually technically closer to like 57, like 58.
You're still looking at Flamethrower at 90.
Yes.
Whereas Fire Blast is only 120.
I feel like if they were going to do something like that as an item, it should be for only damaging moves. Don't boost the accurate. Let's see if Sleep Powder and Hypnosis. We don't need that. Or the funny thing is, at that point, because you know people would do it because people are starving for that 100 accuracy Thunder Wave to return. And again, we don't need to be having that. Even though we have Nuzzle, which basically is 100% Thunder
50%
Wave.
of 90 gets you to like 135. And that's half of 90. There's still 10% on that. So the bonus, so on a Nidoking, an accuracy orb would be bad because you would want the lower powered moves because they're just stronger than the stronger ones. An accuracy orb is more useful on Pokemon that want to run those.
Or a Pokemon that doesn't really have lower powered stuff as an option, like a few other Sheer Force Pokemon, like Braviary, assuming Braviary as an example, because of it having Hurricane and shit, and I can't remember, did it not get Air Slash, or is it one of those Hurricane was just so much stronger than
I think you had Air Slash, but everyone ran Hurricane because Hurricane has a confusion chance.
Making it infinitely stronger. It's like how the funny thing was Nidoking gets both Earth Power and now Scorching Sands, but Earth Power is just stronger, so it is just objectively better for Sheer Force.
Sheer Force removes the secondary effect while adding the 30%.
Yes.
Earth Power has a chance to lower special defense. We might as well remove that and hit infinitely harder.
Yes.
It's a strong enough boost where Nidoking can be...
So I do love how because of Sheer Force that leads to Nidoking being a special attacker and not a physical attacker.
Its physical attack is higher, but you had so many special options and Sheer Force
Yes.
far outweighs your attack.
Because other than using Poison Jab or Gunk Shot for their poison, a chance every, like... Other than using Poison Jab or Gunk Shot for, like, your poison move, every other physical equivalent is just weaker. Because I don't know if it, still gets it. Like, Nidoking at one point did get the Elemental Punches, but they're 75 power, so again, while it's a lower attack stat, your special attack isn't much lower than physical, and the moves are just stronger.
You're getting a higher bonus.
I feel like in the back of my mind there, if an item like that did exist, there is something where it would be hideously broken because of like its stab options or coverage. Like, the funny thing is Garchomp is something I could possibly see this being broken with, because now, like, you have Skill Shot, and that would fix its accuracy problem. You would have the RNG, random, like, stat. You'd have the RNG random, like, hits for that move, but while you would have the random hits, you would still get the speed boost, and I feel like that's one of those that's all people would need, is to get the speed boost, especially because now, instead of having the RNG of the move could miss, or only hit, like, twice or whatever, your only RNG rolls
The
for
main advantage is... The main advantage of a hypothetical item like this is a Pokemon that...
It's either something with a bunch of coverage that benefits from it, or something that has good spammable, like, stab moves, and those stab moves benefit, like patching up the accuracy problem of, like, Skill Shot for Garchomp, or if you do technically want more, like, power at the cost of accuracy and shit, you could use for a dragon move, Dragon Rush, which is, stronger than Dragon Claw. It's still weaker than Outrage, but you don't get the locking. Iron Tail over Iron Head, and then I don't think you get high horsepower, which in the case of doubles you would want for, like, single target, but then you do have Rock Slide, though the other funny thing was Garchomp is this can also help mix sets where moves like Fire Blast and shit, you would be fixing the accuracy problem of those. So though in the case of something like Garchomp, while you fix the accuracy, you don't have, extra power, but Garchomp is something where, like, it took until this game for Garchomp to drop into UU, and even then, didn't it go back up?
I think it's borderline at the moment.
Showing you that, Garchomp doesn't inherently need an offensive item to be useful, because, like, back in Diamond and Pearl, its most common item wasn't actually, like, a Life Orb or a Choice Band. It was actually the Gotchi Berry. Because you would literally set up Swords Dance, eat the one ice hit was the berry, and then sweep the game.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you accidentally triggered that one secret with Ogerpon because you just happen to have her in your party? A lot of people end up doing that without meaning to, which I think is hilarious. A lot of people don't realize that the one secret is even a secret because a lot of people just happen to have Ogerpon, since a lot of people still had the Ogerpon in their party from the first DLC. So a lot of people that basically beat the Tail Mask and stopped ended up having her in their party. So a good chunk of people end up seeing that secret dialogue, which again I think is hilarious, and I would love to know if that happened to you. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.